Hey everybody, Jeff Hersher here as we kick off the top of the hour, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific, for a really powerful and impactful training today of something that we're using inside of our business, our software company. I'm teaching it to clients. I've actually have some members in our group that are using exactly what we're about to show you today. And we're going to kick this off with an invitation to go ahead and subscribe right now, because if you subscribe to the channel while we're live, that's going to allow you to comment and communicate and go back and forth. This is a really, really powerful and impactful training today, because what we're going to be sharing and what we're going to be doing is showing you exactly over the shoulder what we did just a couple days ago within the last week to create 2 faceless VSLs for one of my software companies, Reviewly.ai, and how you can use it as an agency to take some of the stuff that we're giving you inside of our school group, inside of our community at agencystarterkit.com, to repurpose that content for yourself, or to go out and create new content for yourself to put on a sales page, to create a VSL, to make an offer with as well. Plus, you'll also have the ability with this to repurpose it and sell it to clients, because you can go out there, you can actually sell this service by making a faceless video using your client where they don't have to actually be there and record, and you can create something of high quality. So how can you use something like this? Well, before we jump in, I want to make a quick little invitation for each and every one of you that are on here, that are watching this, whether it be live or on the replay, to go ahead and subscribe to this channel right now by smashing the subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it as we go through, and then the notification bell, obviously, for any future videos and things like that on the channel. But if you're new and you're wondering like how to build your own AI agency from scratch, maybe you're not technically, you're maybe a little technically challenged, or you don't feel like you're a very technical person. If you're a beginner, we have a completely newbie friendly system at agencystarterkit.com, and that will actually invite you to come in when you go to that link into our school group. And I'm actually going to share that with you guys here in just a second. So we got a couple of comments that come in. What's going on? Dara, hey, Dara's down in Jamaica. So cool. Let me go ahead and take down this little banner from here and get rid of that off the screen so you guys can see me again. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna move StreamYard out of the way for me and go ahead and show you guys the group, because what I want to do is I want to actually, oh, got a little head there. What I'm gonna do is I'll actually show you guys our Facebook, sorry, our school community, right? So right now you can see we're live, how I create faceless videos. But if you're a new agency, you're looking to get started, you're wondering like, how do I actually do this stuff? How do I make it work? I've got a group of over 3,000 members right now, and it's growing pretty decent clip every single month for us, of folks that, yes, I'm in here sharing things that we do, right? We talk about, courses, but we're also seeing members getting wins. Now, this is Eileen's 3rd win in a week. She posted this last week. She's using our Review Rush program. She's converting folks. And if you go into the group, you can see her successes as she comes in. Lucius, he's actually probably at work right now, but he works after hours in his spare time, and he's posted a couple of videos that he's actually going ahead and creating. And I think these might be faceless for him as well. He's probably using a little bit something different than what we're going to talk about today as we go in. And then we actually share a lot of great content. All of our YouTube resources are underneath our YouTube resource tab. So if you go into the actual community and you can see all of our YouTube resources, if you've come in and you commented playbook, we're giving you the playbook to all of these videos, where you're going to see that you're going to get the video that's on YouTube and the different PDFs that our team has created for you that you can actually go in and use. So there's a lot of great folks, there's a lot of great content, there's a lot of great information inside of this group. We share wins and lessons learned. We're actually adding in a whole nother AI section to this group. I won't spoil a surprise right now, but you're going to see a lot of new social posts that are going to be coming out as of this week. And then if you go in, join the community, introduce yourself, right? Let us know what you're doing, who you are, where you're from, and then start sharing some of these wins. And you'll see that, there's a lot of posts from me, but there's also posts from different groups and different folks that are in the group that are actually out there making this work. So how do you get there? Pretty quick, pretty simple. You just go to agencystarterkit.com and you'll be able to actually be a part of this community and watch it grow as it grows over the next several years. What we do inside of here is teach you what I'm doing inside of my agency, what my team is doing inside of my agency. We're show over the shoulder stuff, and then we do trainings like today. So today's going to be a little bit different than what normally we do or what you see. This is a free training. Okay. So there's nothing for sale today on this. This is just giving back to the community, getting content out there so that everybody has the ability to create a faceless AI video. And these sell, right? I would not be putting these on our main website. We would not be putting them on our landers if they didn't work. So by joining the community, by being part of this, you're going to have access to everything. So let's jump right into what we're going to do today. Okay. First of all, why video sales letters? Okay. I like to use the VSLs because you can control what's being shown on the screen. And why, yes, I do lives and we come on and you guys get to see me and people feel like they are comfortable with me by the time they get to a demo when they've seen faces of the people that they're actually going to work with. So in my case, they've seen probably a piece of content, maybe a clip, maybe a post, a short, a reel, whatever it is, and they've dug deeper into the program. Well, when they get the same guy with the same background on the sales call, the barrier to entry has lowered. They usually just have a few questions because these VSLs actually help train and educate the individuals that are prospects, that become leads, that become demos, that eventually become clients or sales into our products or software from there. Now, a lot of agencies, a lot of folks, they don't want to be on video. I'm going to show you a quick little way where you can actually put a clone of yourself up where you don't have to be on video. But today's all about creating faceless AI videos that sell. And there's really only 4 things to our tech stack. And we're going to walk you through them. I'm going to show you how I actually built a real video that's live on my website. Actually, I'm going to show you 2 videos that we created last week that were live on the website. And the second one that I show you, my wife is going through nursing school right now. So she's got to study a lot. So her and I went on a little, call it a study date. It was like Saturday. So it was like a Friday or Saturday. And we just went into the corner, just like 3 minutes away from the house, local little restaurant. And we just sat in the corner of that restaurant at a table. And while she was studying, obviously we're talking, conversing, things like that. Sports is on. We both had our laptops open. And the video I'm going to use today or show you today was actually created, I'll call it 70 to 80% of that video in about 20, 30 minutes while I was sitting there just in my spare time because my wife felt odd that her laptop was open. So she made me bring mine. So I'm like, I might as well be productive during this time. So while we were doing that, I created this video. I'm like, well, why don't I just teach this? If I can do this just sitting there having dinner with my spouse and going through, and yes, I cleaned it up. It's actually, no, sorry, it was Thursday of last week because on Friday I cleaned it up and showed it to my staff. And we had to make some adjustments to the final pieces of it that are going to be key. So stick around or watch towards the end of this video because there are some very key things that you need to do to make this publicly ready. And there are things that, maybe a checklist or if you ask Chat or Claude or something, it's not going to tell you because there's little small nuances that I'm going to share with you. And that's really one of the key things of why I decided, hey, on Friday, I'm going to teach, or Thursday or Friday, I'm going to teach you guys this today. Because if you don't have those nuances, it just doesn't come out 100%. And I had to go not back to the drawing board, but I had to really dive in to figure out what those nuances were because it had been a little while since I'd gotten in there and the tools and AI have gotten better as we've come in. So a couple comments in here. What's going on? Kev, what's up, man? Kevin, we'll talk to Kevin here on a live shortly. in a couple of days or a couple of weeks, because he's one of those folks that actually Kevin's a good friend of mine. I don't want to get too far into his story, but he's one of the individuals that went in and he actually happened to see. Now I know Kevin personally. I won't get into our story, but he just reached out to me because like, hey, I see you're on YouTube, I see you're on Instagram, and I see you all the time. How do I learn what you're doing? And I just sent him here to agencystarterkit.com. And he actually implemented what we're teaching. And Kevin went out and is actually within his first 1 or 2 weeks, not even having our physical devices inside of Reviewly and the Yes Method, everything I teach. He literally went and did the digital version, which a lot of you, if you're watching this, may not know, but I have a digital version you can keep right there on your home screen. And he pre-sold devices before he even had them to clients. And he dug deeper. Now he's building websites. He actually took, without even this training, and converted from English to Spanish a whole VSL and created a whole landing page and updated. So shout out to Kevin. We'll do a thing with him later this week or in the next couple of weeks to really give you guys and share his story behind this, because it's truly inspiring to see. He's like a little brother to me, and we've talked about this. So to see him actually get success with it and just get the feedback from somebody that I know personally was really exciting for me to be able to go out there. So you guys, if you just put in the effort, you will see results. Everything that we train inside of the group, everything I'm going to show you today is stuff that we do inside of my business. Now, what I'm showing you today, I actually did because I wanted hands-on on this, but there are things that my team and my staff are going to do, and we're going to train you on those as well, because we are getting really heavy into AI. And I basically told my team, like, your job is not going to be replaced. I'm just going to give you more stuff. It's to accelerate what you're doing now and automate it with AI so that you're more productive and you're actually more valuable to me as an AI operator in my company, in my business, than just basically replacing you with AI. I don't think that's the way to go, specifically right now, by just replacing people and getting things out there, because you need to have an operator in place. I liken it to back when I was, flying jets or a pilot, where we had autopilot, right? You can flip a switch, it'll take you from point A to point B. I mean, nowadays commercial airliners technically could take off and land on their own. They were able to do that like 10 years ago, but most people would not be comfortable with zero pilots in an airplane, right? That's the way when people talk about, oh, well, we can replace people with AI. I'd be like, okay, cool. Would you take the pilot out of the airplane? Okay, well, you're not going to replace me and my staff, and you're not going to take that job, because you need to have somebody to QC and check that operator as they go in. And I've seen some horror stories. I've seen some great wins with replacing people with AI, but that's the way that I look at it. And I invite you to take that look as well for yourself. Okay. So a couple comments have come in. What's up, Kevin? Says my big bro. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my screen, and we're going to walk you through this process today. Okay. This is 4 steps, 4 tools. We're going to be using ChatGPT. We're going to be using Gamma. We're going to be using ElevenLabs, and we're going to be using HeyGen. And these tabs are already open on my computer, and we're going to walk through. If you want to see the final product, it doesn't make sense while we're on YouTube here for me to go in and just play a video while we're on here. But after the call, you can go in and you can see that this is the video that I created early to middle of the week last week. We actually are updating some more video and content. We have a big thing coming up in next month, in the next 4 weeks, which I'll announce later in the coming next 2 weeks or so. You guys will all be invited to it. Really, if you're a member of the community, it'd be really worthwhile for you to join in and see. It's a really cool, big celebration for us of what we're doing. But this video right here was made using the exact process that I'm going to show you today. In addition to it, the one that I'm going to probably walk you through as we go through is going to be this video. It's a short little 3-minute video. It's aimed at agencies from here. And if you want to see what that video looks like, I'll put it in the comments for everybody. I think this is going to be a comment that'll stick as we go. If not, just go to reviewly.ai, click the tab on the top, and you will be able to see this video. Now, if you see this a year or two down the road and the video is different, it's because we've updated this. Every 12 to 24 months, I do a complete sweep of everything on the company website to make sure that we're up to date. We have all the new features because obviously, as you own a software, you change things, angles change, right? AI is real heavy with trust signals right now for AI SEO. And that's a different angle that we're going at with the next couple weeks in our company and our business. Now, as we jump in here, I'm going to actually take myself off the screen and just show you guys a screen. Everything starts for me with the brain of my product. And you can see today is the 20th of April. This was updated as of yesterday. All right. I also am going to be using my Jeff Hershey writing engine because this is in my project. Both of them can talk to each other. I can feed the link to this into the Reviewly brain. If you want access to this writing engine, if you want access to the Reviewly brain, all you have to do is go to agencystarterkit.com and in the classroom, in the trainings, in the phases, I think it starts in phase 1, I give you access to these 2 custom GPTs. Okay. So you can get access to both of those GPTs by just joining the group. Now, if you're not selling Reviewly, you should, but if you're not selling Reviewly, this one probably will not make sense to you. However, the last 2 years of sales, persuasion, teaching this custom chat, it will basically write you anything. So it will help you create sales emails. We're going to use it today to create a VSL. I'm going to show you how to ask it for a very specific format to be able to export and put it into Gamma to get the result that you want. It has psychological influence. It'll help you do sales funnels. It'll actually help you build pages. I tend to build my landing pages right now on Lovable. It'll help build posts. Whatever you need, you tell it, and it will work back and forth and have the conversation with you. So that's my custom writing engine. It's my gift to you as being part of our community. If you're wondering, Jeff, do you use any other AI tools? Are you using Claude? Are you using Claude Code or anything like that? Yes, we are. Okay. We're actually using Cowork right now. Everybody in my company, in my team has it installed. I actually let the operators in my company run a lot of that. For speed purposes, I find what I'm doing with chat works better for me. So find a solution that works for you. I figure when I put it into Claude, it takes longer. And when it comes down to creating slides, right now, as of today, I think the way this process is, I tested both ways. It works faster for me using this flow. You can use Claude. You can use Claude in your Google Drive. I just don't see the slide decks as beautiful as they are coming out of Gamma. Do you want to use Canva? Go use Canva. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to show you the way that we do it and the way I've created these specific 2 videos that we're going to use as those examples today. So now, as we get in, all I need to do is tell chat what I am looking for. Okay. So we're going to start. Let me just move my little stop sharing screen thing at the bottom there so you guys can see. And I'm going to just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. This is my custom writing engine from there. I'm actually going to zoom out just a little bit so we can see this. So if I was going to create a VSL, right? So let's create one for, let's just say my agency as an example. I need a VSL for my agency that sells Reviewly as we'll just call it a white label, right? Label. Okay. And then I'm actually going to go back to the brain. I'm going to go and I'm actually going to copy my link. And what I normally do is I'm going to pull from the Reviewly brain. You guys can do this as well because you have both links, but I'm going to show you what we do. Okay. So I need a VSL for my agency that sells Reviewly as a white label. I need, let's call it a 3 to 5 minute video. If you need to do an hour-long webinar, 20-minute presentation, whatever it is, you just tell it. You're just prompting at this point. You're the operator, okay? You need a 3-minute video on the new angles for spring 2026, okay? For us, those are AI trust signals. Those are the expansion of keywords in the system, other features and things that you guys can go see on the page. And you'll see kind of what we did in the video. Here is the Reviewly Brain chat. Okay. And then if for some reason, because this is all within my one chat system for here, you can just ask the Reviewly Brain, hey, give me all the recent updates and things like that. And it'll actually give you an export. I did that for my team. Okay. So here's the Reviewly Brain chat. And then I don't know if it's on my desktop, but I could probably upload that PDF as well. And then, with all the new features. Cool. Yeah. First, now you can tell it whatever you want, right? But I'm going to tell it to first give me an outline. Okay. So while this works, we're going to take this and just give me an outline. Okay. Good. You don't want to start with the script. So chat will always agree with you and go through. I don't really go through too much, but this is the VSL. We're called a reputation operating system. Ads, there's a pattern interrupt, the real bottleneck. Everyone's running ads the same. You don't have a traffic problem. You have a trust bottleneck. It's a little bit different than what my angles are, but we talk about this. Competitors are outranking you. Reputation operating system. Okay. Explain it simply. No tech overwhelm. Capture, control, compound. All right. Here's the 3 minutes, right? The new angles. Social proof. So if you've got clients, you can add these proof elements into here. Offer positioning from here, and then objection handling, and then close. Okay. Clean direct from here. Okay. So now we can have it write the full VSL. So let's have it write that. Right. So now what I tend to do is I will have it give me an outline. We're not going to go through. You can go back and forth with chat to get it exactly how you want it. Okay. I tend to, pull out things. I don't like this. I like this, but just for speed of time, we're going to go out here and it's going to create the entire script for me. Okay. So now I'm going to go through and let's kind of look at this script for what it's given me. It's got my hook. Okay. More ads won't fix your business. I don't know if I like this angle, right? For me. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't like the initial hook or angle. Why don't I like it? I don't like it because it's super ads focused. It's too ads focused. I want to, find a very common pain point for the majority of SMBs. Okay. This is an SMB focus video. Let's see what it does. So good catch. Yeah. So tell it what you want. Okay. It's not going to be perfect the first time, but in just a few minutes, you can go through. So some weeks feel great. Phone's ringing, jobs coming, everything clicks. Next week, it's quiet. It's slower. That's the part nobody talks about. Small businesses don't have a lead problem. They have a consistency problem. Okay. You'll get a burst of customers and a gap for your referrals, nothing over time. Fill that gap, posting more, asking for referrals, hoping something sticks. So it's playing on that pain point. Inconsistency bleeds into everything. Okay. It's really getting the pain points happen there. It's going to shift here. Consistency does become more effort from removing friction in how customers choose you. So now it's going to actually segue over into the reputation side of things. They can look up, scan your reviews, compare it to 2 or 3 others, 10 seconds, they decide. Interesting. Okay. Instead of chasing more customers, we focus on making the obvious choice. That's great. Called a reputation operating system. Interesting the way they put that in there. Simple version. Okay. Get experience. Great. Those reviews don't start there. They get distributed across your profile, website, your online presence. You looked active. Now it's getting the trust angle for here. Okay. People. Positioning. All right. And then it's missing out on something. Okay. This is missing the AI and trust signals that Reviewly.ai has. Now, here's a little hack for you guys. You can actually have it go read my website, right? Go read. Actually, not white label. Probably go pricing. And probably go to the main page. And pull more info on that. Okay. So I was not fully happy with what we got. Okay. There we go. So now it's getting smarter on what I really wanted, which is AI driven trust signals. That's really where we're going, right? For a couple reasons. All right. AI trust signal engine. Everyone knows how people check your business, but don't call. They just appear, right? So there's a pain point. Here's what's actually going on, right? They're scanning for signals. Okay. Now this is starting to make sense and it ties a little bit better. And we didn't get the perfect solution right away with this. Actually, let me just pull this up a little bit bigger for you guys. So now as we go in, you can see that I'm just kind of getting into the deeper truth of all of this. So I did not tell it that I was happy right off the bat. You don't always have to take the first piece of this because now this is what's going to happen from here. Okay. Most business owners think if I do good work, people will choose me. That used to be enough. Now, good work without visible proof gets ignored. So what happens? You lose jobs. Okay. Your trust signals are weak. And then here's a shift most people haven't caught yet. The trust is no longer manual. It's automated. Okay. There we go. I like that. Now it ties into Reviewly, AI powered reputation system. Okay. Here's how it works. Here's where it gets different. Reviewly fixes that. Awesome. Okay. So here we go. Compound effect, which creates consistency, reviews coming in regularly. All right. So now, instead of hoping for referrals, wonders how you feel. Entire system's up to you. Takes about 96 to get live. Yep. No chasing customers. Now we have a simple 4-minute video. Okay. So now, great. Good. Now I need you to make me a gamma ready formatted copy paste copy paste ready slide presentation based on this script. Okay. So now I'm going to go in and basically I'm just telling it what I want, right? So nothing special. And I spelt format it wrong. I don't really care about typos. But for this, it's going to annoy me. I normally won't go through there. And then what it's going to do is now I haven't exported the script or haven't done anything, right? So now it's going to give me gamma slides. If you were to use your own chat, if you were to use Claude or a Gemini or an external system from what this writing engine is, you're not going to get it in this format. So this is one of those things that I've trained it over time. This is how I get the best possible slides for me. And you may have a better system, but this works out really well for us to copy and paste exactly what you're going to see here into the next step, which is gamma. Okay. So title, headline, subheadline, description, and then the script. So the script for every single one of these slides is already in here. Okay. And actually, I'm going to try something new today because I did this manually last week. So I'm going to see if I can get the script into the gamma slides when we actually do the gamma export from here. Okay. And you guys want a copy of this at the end? Put copy in the chat for me. And then what I'll do is I'll post this into the school group and I'll give you this exact script and I'll give you the link to the gamma that we're going to build here. Just put copy in the comments and I'll get it for you. Okay. So actually, or you can just go to AI or go to agencystarterkit.com. Okay. Just go to the AI starter group. All right. So there's the first slide. Here's what's actually happening. Right. So this is the next slide from here. And then I'll go through these and really work through this a little bit faster or a little bit slower than what I'm doing today. I'll just go through each one and just make sure it makes sense for what we want. But for speed purposes today, I'm actually going to copy this from here. Okay. That's it. Now, I don't know how many slides this is. From here, it's probably about 20 slides or so. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take what we just had here, and it already has the script in here, right? And now our call to action on this one is book a demo. You can start your free trial, whatever it is. You can, if you're using Review Rush like Eileen or Kevin or anybody else, you can actually have it just tweak it for that. You can just tell it what you're doing from there. Anything you want to upload, you can upload a PDF script, right? You can see there's, there's my spring 2026 update notes, right? You can update that. I was working on this yesterday. Some best practice guides and some markdown stuff, right? But you can actually put those notes in here. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to put those in there. Look at this PDF and see if we need to update this gamma input, this gamma output. Okay. From here. So it's going to go in, it's going to go read that, and then needs tightening. Cool. So now it's actually going to, what's missing needs to be fixed. You're underplaying the big idea. Okay. So now we're going to go through and we're going to see it's actually updating these five things, right? So here's what we missed. And by adding in that additional piece from there, and actually I'll give you guys that as well. So let me just put on the school. I'm actually going to make a note for you to give you the PDF, video, and then outputs. All right. So if you guys want to copy this, I'll put it inside the group for you. Okay. So this is what it's telling me I'm missing. Okay. Underplaying the big idea. You didn't hit AI training data, which I already saw that, but I didn't want to get too far into that. You're invisible to AI. So it's missing that whole AI angle mechanism. So now it's back to what I talk about, which is AI trust signal engine. Okay. You can call it either one. But you can, internally, this is what I'm positioning it as, right? And then include signal gaps. Okay, cool. So now it actually went in and fixed everything for me. It told me what I was missing and came back and then showed me what I needed to fix from here. So now I'm going to go down. How many slides do we have? It has 19 total slides. Okay. Okay, great. But these slides for output are light. I need now the full copy paste setup for Gamma again with this new update. Okay. Right. So now it's going to give me all these different things. You can also tighten into a quick little cold traffic video that you can use for ads or posting to your socials or creating reels with from there. And then, or build a visual direction per slide. Cool. I am not going to do this today because I actually like the way I do my Gamma outputs, but if you want to go, you guys can do that as well. And what's really cool is chat will keep giving you updates or, hey, ask it anything else, and it will walk you through that. So if you have a lot of time and you want to go through there, you can do this as well. Dave, you're late. We already started, man. What's going on? All right. And he's on Facebook. All right. Okay, great. Okay. So now it's going to give me everything. No thin slides, everything baked in, aligned, and then still clean enough to present. So now we're back to my title, my headline, my subline, and my description, and then the script, right? So now it's actually broken down for us, each and every one of these. Okay. So we're going to go down. It's still writing, as you guys can see. It's breaking down each and every one of these. And it's set up here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up Pages on my computer, and I'm going to save this for you guys for later. And there's something I'm going to save it for as well. Okay. So I know you guys can't see this that well. Let me just open this up real quick. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you. Oh, that's a little too big. Hold on. All right. So this is the entire script. Okay. And I'll put this in the group for you. Okay. And then this is everything. So I'm going to copy this and I'll save this here in a little bit. Let's just go YouTube live VSL demo gamma output. Okay, I'm just gonna, and I'll make this a PDF for everybody later after the call. It'll be up right after the call. I'm gonna move that off to the side on my other screen. We're gonna move over to the next steps. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna create a new presentation. Now Gamma, I think I pay like 20 to 30 bucks a month for that, right? I pay $20 for the paid chat from here. So I'm going to preset it to the 20 cards that I have, and cards inside of Gamma are slides. Okay. So it's interchangeable from there. And then I always go to traditional 16:9. I don't do anything else from here. I'm not going to get too far into Gamma otherwise. And I just paste it. That's it. Okay. Edit prompt. And then what you're going to notice is that it's just all in here. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the top piece because that's not set up. I'm going to have it break it up card by card. I'm actually going to zoom in just a little bit here for you guys. It's going to ask me, yes, I want you to split it for me from here. Okay. Add the, I don't know if this can do this or not. I've never done it this way before. I normally do it manually. Add the script for each slide to speaker notes. Okay. And then this is my basic setup. I let it generate everything. I use detailed. You can use concise. It'll be a little bit thinner on the slides, right? I very rarely use minimal. It will automatically know who we're writing for based on the copy. The AI knows that from here. Okay. You see that on the left-hand side. So I'm going to use it for my Reviewly.ai output normally, but for you guys, this is I call it school blue. It's just their white and blue setup, but you can pick whatever theme that you want, right? They have all these different themes that you can select from here. This is what this one looks like. My white label decks, right? That's one that potentially I give to you guys as well. So I'm just going to use the school blue for this one. Let the image source be AI images, auto select it. Okay. And then if you want to add any keywords, you want it minimalist or you want it look bold, whatever it is, you can do that from there. Then any other inputs, add the script for each slide, speaker notes there. And then we're just going to click on generate. Now, while it's generating, I'll open up another tab and show you. Here you go. It's just going to go ahead and it's just going to build them. You can build this right here in front of you. I'm going to open up another tab. This will now work in the background. And I'm going to show you what an end result will look like. You can see it's going through there right now. This is the one that we created just a couple days ago. This is the video that you see right here on the white label video. And as you can see, I go in, and this is exactly the video that we used. So one thing that you're going to notice here is that I actually have on this deck, I've got some of our devices and things like that. The way I was able to do that is I went to my site and I downloaded the clips of the images. And then just when it was time to upload, I just uploaded the image and then I selected the image that I wanted. So obviously you can go to the site and download and then put that image up into your decks as well. So while it's building the other one, I think it's still building over here. Yep. Well, it's still building the other one. Let me just walk you through what this looks like when it's done. You get about 80% of the way done with the deck, maybe 90% of the way done from here. And then you can go through. I tend to go in and I like to have where you got the left layout versus the right layout. I have them alternate. It's just an aesthetic thing for me. You can have them all the way down the left side. Doesn't really matter. But what you can do here is this normally comes in a normal font size. I always make it large. And then I'm a big visual copy person, right? So the way it looks on the slides isn't always perfect with Gamma. So while I was at dinner with my wife, like I think Thursday night is what we figured out it was, I got to this point and I was actually editing this deck and just making things smaller on my little laptop, little 13 or 15-inch laptop or whatever. I think I've got a 15-inch laptop as we go through and pulling in each and every one of these, right? And I got to the point where I kind of had to start listening to a voice, so I stopped. because I had to listen to my own voice, my output. But this is the exact deck that I built for us. Now, the deck that we built for you today, I will give you access to this as well, is right here, right? So I'll give you guys the share link later on inside of the school group as well. So now I've got this set up. And that output that we've gotten from chat has now built you a presentation deck. You can take this presentation deck, record your own voice. You can take this and present this to your local chamber, or you can keep going and create an AI faceless video with us from here. Okay. So this would normally take, like, this page looks good. Maybe I don't like an image or something like that. You can put whatever you want in here, but I'm gonna let you guys customize this for yourselves as you go in. And we've got all 22 slides. Okay. So customize this for yourself as you go in. A couple of things that get me is, like, this should be on one line for me. So maybe I'll move it down to heading 2. That looks better to me. This is large already. No, it's normal text. So I'll highlight this and I'll make it, because I'm zoomed in, normal text, right? I want this to be a little bit bigger. All you gotta do is click on that, click on large text. You can also go into the AI and tell the AI agent, make all text on this slide large. It takes longer to do that. And I like to go through and QC each and every slide. This is probably the second longest piece of this process as you go in. All right. So I'm going to take this, make sure everything that I want is in here. What I would also do is compare it to the output, right? And just see, okay, this does make sense. It's going to match. It doesn't have any other way to create it. So it's going to match all of that. You got about 22 slides in all. Make sure that your call to action is strong, what they're going to do, put your own, introduction on there, whatever you want from here. And then see how it says speaker notes, right? So that's something that you're going to want to remove from here. So it has speaker notes on each and every one of these slides. So I'm just catching that now. Okay. So that's because I put speaker notes on here. It doesn't have a way to do it secondary. So I was testing something. So now let's go ahead, and I don't like that. Remove all speaker notes from all slides. I was hoping it would do it separately, but Gamma doesn't have that capability. So we're just going to tell it to remove all of the speaker notes from here. Okay. So now you got the modified from here. It did all the changes. Now you've got everything on one clean, easy flow. Some of these you could potentially, like, say that you want to have a different layout here. You can go in, you can tell AI that you want to try a new layout. It will create a different layout option on the right from here. And I like this one. This actually looks better, right? Or maybe that's good. Nah, I like this one. And you can see it's going to create different options for me here. And you can pick the one that you like. I like this one here. And you go in and you're just going to customize it for yourself. This seems like it's missing a little bit of something. So maybe we want a little bit of a header, right? And I can use AI to generate the image. It's going to enhance the prompt. Okay. And then we're going to click on generate here. And I'm just going to customize this a little bit just to show you what you can do. Obviously, Gamma's got their own training to walk you through. But realistically, if all you do is paste the prompt into Gamma, and I would actually go in and paste the prompt for yourself and just start your own from here. So now look at this. Okay. And if some of these texts look a little too like AI and things like that, you can tell it to remove like some of the text or just change the image, because it normally gives you like 3 different images in here, right? And then you can adjust the ones for whatever you want from here. So we'll just use the first one. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was that one from here. Or don't even worry about it. People don't really pay too much attention as you go. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to customize this the way that I want it. Make sure these fonts, I always like large being my smallest font. You can go through here, make sure it looks formatted wise the way you want it. And then you can take the next steps to be able to move it into the creation process for the video. Okay. If you don't like it and you want to start all over, you can always just go back to Gamma, create a new one, and then give it a different prompt or input when you get to that second step on the top right-hand part for the description. So actually, you can do that. So let's go back and we're gonna go home. And then obviously now, this is the easiest way to get client results. I think this might not be there. That's the one that was mine. That's what I thought it was. Why your business feels inconsistent. From here, you can take this, share it. I'm going to share it with you guys here. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to export this to PDF. You can export it to PowerPoint and then either edit it on a PC or a Mac by exporting it to a PowerPoint file. Okay. You can export it to Google Slides. When you export it to those, it's usually pretty close. Sometimes you get some weird formatting things, or you get images with X's and things like that. When you export to a PDF, right, this is where I was testing that speaker script. You're not going to be able to see the speaker script, okay? And you're not going to want that publicly when you're creating a VSL. So I normally export the PDF, and then I put the script in later. I'm going to show you that, okay, in just a little bit. But let's export this one to PDF right now. It's going to take about 5 or 15 seconds to go and then give me that file. It's going to download it. Now I have that file. It's sitting right here on my computer, and we're going to upload it into HeyGen in just a little bit. But before that, we have to decide how we're going to use the voice. Now, for me, we use my voice, okay? HeyGen comes with its own voices. So when you get to HeyGen, you actually don't need your own voice. You can use an Australian female, you can use a UK male, Canadian male, whatever it is, right? With that dialect and that accent, and be able to actually make it local to you. But if you want to do your own voice, it's actually not that hard. It gets better every 6 months to a year. We update my clone voice. I have a professional account for this. You can go in and you can see with like ElevenLabs, they give you a bunch of different folks. You can test the voices and things like that. But all you're going to do is you're going to connect your API key from ElevenLabs, and you're going to use your own voice if you want to use your own voice. Okay. I have a client voice in here as well that we're using for some testing purposes. So for one of my clients right now, we can offer this. I talked about this earlier as a service. So for the client, if we can get 20 minutes to 2 hours worth of audio, and the way you do that is you can use featurely.io to interview him and pull audio. You can just have a call like this, or if you have a webinar or VSL or any sort of podcast or anything where they're speaking, you can pull their audio clips and upload it. And HeyGen, or sorry, at ElevenLabs, will learn from that. The way we did it for me was that we actually pulled my recent VSLs and we pulled a couple of my webinars and we uploaded those pieces of content from there. But if you're doing this for a client, you're creating a VSL for your local plumbing company or your bigger type firms, like I've got a bigger insurance company, they're using this to train all their new sales folks that are coming in. And by putting the owner's voice on there, we don't rely on him to come in and do the training and to record it. We actually have an approved script, and we do exactly what we're doing here. And you can create little training videos in their own voice as well. And you get paid to do that. So let's go back in and show you what I did for my own voice. So we go in here. Let's edit my voice here. And then you can see that we named the voice. Let me just go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Okay. For here, this is a professional voice clone. This is a part of a paid program. You get a little check mark from here. Put in me, English, or the audio samples. This is what my description is. And then you can label it as an American accent from here. All I did, as you can see, it's looking for best 2 hours. All I did was I went in and we uploaded audio from me, from different video clips or from different interviews. And then we did a tutorial video, and we did my spring release which most of you already saw. It's on this channel. It's in the school group. We did my webinar that went an hour and 46 minutes. So now it's got about 3 hours worth of total samples. You can also record yourself, and then you go to the next step from here. It'll upload, and then it asks you to verify your voice. And when you click on start recording, which I'm not going to do here because it's going to do it while we're live, it will basically have you just read a script and have a code. It verifies who you are. And then in about, I don't know, 30 minutes to 2 hours, you have what could arguably be a complete 99% version of your voice, clone voice. I very rarely hear anybody other than my wife, or I think my son said something, and then my staff say that, yeah, they catch some things that it doesn't necessarily sound like me all the time. Look, I got a 90+% solution. It's saving me time. It's accelerating things that only get better over time. Go with it. Okay. Because by the time a cold prospect gets to you, they're not going to be wondering, was that an AI video or not from there. That's the way to make this work. All you got to go in is just follow their process. You can go to home, and then you go ahead and you create your own voice from there, right? So I just go into voices, create voice for myself, and then I save my voice from here, and then you just go through. You want to do the professional voice clone, okay? That I have no slots available because I use my own, but that's what you're going to want to do. You can use some of the other ones, right? But this is the best one, especially if you're going to be doing video VSLs, long form videos, or anything that's not going to be just like a 60-second short. It catches the inflections, the way you talk, your pacing, all of that extremely well. Okay. So now that I got my voice, you're going to grab an API key from your voice. I'm not going to go to it because it's going to show you my API key. But inside the settings, there's an API key that you put into HeyGen. So you're going to go into HeyGen next, and we're going to upload our slides in PDF. Now, right here, you see different versions of me. These are actually recordings that we did last week in a hoodie, a blue shirt, and a gray shirt, in different formats that we are going to be testing for ads in the future. You can also see that those were the different avatars that we had, I think, for landscape. And then we've got some different vertical ones as well. This one, me in a hoodie, and you can tell by the backgrounds, these are AI. You can tell if these kind of look more like AI, but if you've never seen me, you might not know, right? These would be good for ads or things like that. And you can go to switch avatar. You can see the different avatars that we've got. And then you can see it's got this and you got me. And you can go through and test these. We're not talking about replacing yourself with a clone today, but that's how you can do it quickly and easily, and go around and play from here. What we want to do today is we want to go in and we want to take this PDF that we just downloaded from Gamma, right? And we want to upload it into HeyGen. So we want to upload our presentation. I've got a PDF, and then I just go to downloads, why your business feels inconsistent from here. Now, I'm going to let it generate a script with AI, because in Gamma, it's not going to give me those speaker notes. If you use Claude and you use it to create a Google presentation, Google Slides, and you put in speaker notes, you're going to have the opportunity to upload a PowerPoint with those speaker notes. But because I wanted to keep the formatting perfect in the export of my Gamma, and I didn't want to do any secondary formatting, and I don't want to use Claude, I want to use Chat in this case because I have my own writing engine, I'm going to do it this way. So there's more than one way to do this, okay? I'm just going to tell it to create the video, and it's going to take just a few minutes as we go in. I'm actually going to make myself a little bit bigger and make that smaller as we go in. And what it's going to do is it's going to create a PDF and then turn it into a video presentation. And then each slide will have a speaker script. Now, as it's now giving us the final version, you're going to see that on the left-hand side of the screen is going to have for each and every slide the script. This used to be a lot more painstaking and take a little bit more time to be able to go do. And as you can see here, we've generated our script. This is what the AI created for us based on the slides, not the script that we put in from here. So now this is where I would say for 22 slides, it might take me 10 minutes to do all the editing for me. From here, I'm actually going to take this. And if I like it, you can see that I've got the script that's in here. Okay. I can hit the play button, and I'm not sure you guys will be able to hear this, but I can preview what the speech is going to sound like. It's going to take about 3 seconds to generate. And then you, so you can hear that it's set up right now to be Annie, who's lifelike. And this is based off the AI script. It doesn't match exactly what the script is for each and every slide. So here's how I make it my own. And here's how I took this video here and edit it so it was my own. And I'm going to show you guys what we did here. Okay. So all I did was I went and I put in the script. Okay. So this is going to be the slowest, painstaking part because this took me about an hour worth of work. And I'll be completely honest with you. You can have a VA or do it, but I wanted to make sure if I was going to teach you guys this, I wanted to make sure that you got the exact level of video output that we had here, where it's a 95% version of myself. I'm happy with it by just going in. Okay. So the script, as you can see, does not match these paragraphs. This is a key tip right here. And I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger to talk about this. Okay. When you get to here, the punctuation and the formatting matter. And I learned this, not necessarily the hard way, but yeah, the hard way, if you could say, last week, because the pacing was off. And because we used capital S, it inflected certain things the wrong way. And it just sounded like AI. It didn't sound natural. So for me, this is my editing part of the video. And even if you're going to use Claude and put everything in here, I would go through slide by slide. And actually, my son was playing Roblox on his computer next to me while I was going through. And I'm like, sorry, dude, you got to hear dad talk all the time on Friday afternoon. And we went slide by slide, and I got them to where I was happy. I'm going to show you what that looks like here in just a little bit. But because I'm pasting from this, and then you can have a VA or outsourcer do it, but I wanted to be it perfect for myself. I went in there and I wanted to make sure that I was going to teach you guys how to do it on your own, that you can do it. It's not that hard, but this is what I could, this is the part that I couldn't do at the restaurant, right? Because I needed to be able to hear it. I wasn't paying attention. So I sent to my team first and said, hey guys, check this out. And they're like, yeah, it's not, there's some parts that sound AI. I'm like, all right, let me get to work tomorrow on this. So a couple things. Number one, I want my voice. So on the right-hand side, and obviously there's no avatar in here. I could add myself if I want to put me in here, and maybe I want to put this guy down here on the bottom, right? And I want to put myself in here. I can go ahead and I can, add myself to that video, which I'm not going to do from here. But let's go ahead and let's edit. Let's go, hold on a second. Let's go back, and I just lost what I was looking for here. There's AI avatar. Let's go back to the voice, right? So we're not going to add an avatar to this, but you can put yourself in the bottom corner or whatever. I don't recommend it. I don't think it makes a difference from here. I want to choose my voice. You can always improve the voice. So you can update her speed, turn down her volume. You tell it what you want with here, and then really dial it in that first slide. When you dial it in that first slide, now it will open up the opportunity for you to get it exactly how you want it. Okay. So we're going to switch the voice here. We're going to go to Jeff right here, my voiceover clone for April 2026. So that is my voiceover clone. And then let's hear how this one sounds. It's going to then render it for about 3 to 10 seconds. So that doesn't sound great. It sounds a little AI to me as you go in, but it does sound like me. Now let's go make sure that's the right voice, because I don't think that is this. I think is the Jeff Short 2026 is the one we wanted to use. Let's go in and let's test that one. Let's see. Oh, give it a second here. It's not generating. So I'm going to hit refresh here. For some reason, it doesn't want to. Reload that. Of course, technology wants to take its time. So, okay. So here we go. Let's see. Jeff Short 2026. I think that's the one that we had. What is it called over here? My voices, Jeff Short 2026. Okay, cool. So let's go in. Let it re-render here. We might be hitting a hiccup with Gamma. We're sorry, with HeyGen. So it looks like we're hitting a little bit of a hiccup. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and I got Jeff Short 2026. It's not set up to do more than one slide right now. So let me go ahead and show you guys that if I go in here and I've selected Jeff Short 2026 and I've tried to get this to go to render, it's not previewing the speech. This one, the second one, is still on Annie, right? So, yep. So look, you can't hear it on YouTube with the video. Thanks, Kevin, on that. So you guys aren't, and I'm not able to hear that audio either on this one because it's not rendering right now. So this one is Jeff. This one is Annie. If I change this, right, we want to switch this voice to my HeyGen library. This is all the HeyGen library. My voices here. I'm looking for the Jeff Short 2026, right? You can see I've got different ones that we've been testing out. This is the one that I want. Key factor right here. I caught myself multiple times on this. You want to go ahead and then hit the green check mark. All scenes using that voice. Now I can go in and for each of these, they're all using the same voice, or they should be. And it looks like HeyGen is not cooperating with us because Annie is still on this. What it should do, it looks like we're going to have to just accept the fact that HeyGen does not want to update this. Oh, there you go. All scenes. Sorry, my bad. All scenes on this. Now, what it should have done, there you go. Every single one of these scenes, went to blame HeyGen, it was me, is now my voice. So I don't have to go through each and every one. Okay. So now let's see if it'll give me an example. It's not. All right. So something's going on with the voice generation side of HeyGen right now. So what I would do is I'd take a break and I'd come back. So what I want to emphasize though, real quick on HeyGen for what we're doing here is if you noticed how HeyGen gave us the AI script and then how we pasted in the chat script, you're going to have to go in and for each one of those scripts, you're going to want to edit it so it's a sentence with the appropriate commas, periods, question marks, dots for your delays. And for each of those scenes, which is going to be each of the slides, so I have 22 that I need to do. And then you can tweak the copy just a little bit too, so it sounds the way you want it, because sometimes it doesn't sound 100%. Well, I will go through and I will edit that script for each slide. I will listen to it. And when it'll take me 1 to 3 tries, it might take you 10 tries to get it exactly how the way you want it. And then move to the next slide from there. That's how I make that work. Okay. It's very simple, but for some reason, HeyGen doesn't want to let me do that right now. Let's see if it'll preview the speech on this one real quick. It's not. Okay. So HeyGen's speech generation is down right now. And that's an AI product issue. I can't affect that. But what I can show you is we go back to our, and then actually, let me show you what happens when we're done. So you're going to go through each of these and you're going to go through each of the slides. Okay. I listen to each one individually from there, because when you're done, you can click generate. Okay. Or what you can do is you can generate right away and then watch the video and see how it flows and then take notes on slide 7 or, the slide where, I say this and then go back and edit that slide. I've done that before as well. When you're done, you just click generate. It will then generate the video. You can put it into one of your folders for here, right? Or you just put it into my videos. You confirm it. I use 1080p. My videos, frame rate's going to be 25 is a slow video, right? An MP4. You don't want the HeyGen watermark on there. Click on, I name it whatever it's going to be. From here, click on submit. It's then going to put it into a queue. And then in about, I don't know how long this one's going to take because it seems like they have some voice issues, but it's going see there, there's an error right now. So HeyGen's got a system error that's going on right now. I can come back in an hour, test it out. But for here, what you're going to do is wait till it says 100%. You can click on it, you can download it, then watch it from here. So all you got to do is go click. You can copy, edit as new, right? From here, or you can download them just by clicking on the box. And then you have the download button to be able to download those videos from there. It looks like HeyGen's having a couple different weird little bugs right now. Perfect timing, right? This is why you don't do software demos of your own software company live, because you can run into issues. Now, this 3-minute video is the one that is on our site. If I want to see what the transcript looks like, I can see. If I want to edit it, right, I can basically new revision in AI Studio, see if it'll load. It might not load for us right now. Okay. And then as you can see here, this is what my final video looked like. You can also note, which I was unable to show you because we weren't getting regenerated voices. See where it says add pause right here? I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more for you guys. It's not going to do, it's not going to make it any bigger. See where it says add pause right here? That adds a 0.5 second pause. I learned this when we had to do this manually. For each and every one of them, you want to add a 0.5 second pause for each and every one. It gives it a natural flow in between slides. Another little, voice hack for there. And then I guess I'm using Jeff voiceover April 26 is the actual final voiceover that we were using for me. You can hear what this video looks like by just going to this page. I can't show you now inside of here, but that's how you make this work. So what have we done today as we've gone through? And I'm going to give you inside of the community, okay? If you go to agencystarterkit.com, inside the community, I'm actually right after this call, I'm going to post for you. I'm going to post the chat in a PDF that we had for the export. I'm going to give you the gamma slides, and I'm going to post a recording of this video so you have it, be able to use it from there. That's going to allow you to go through and make this work for yourself, where you can go in and follow those 4 steps. It's easy. It's not that difficult. And as you can see, all you have to do is some copy pasting, some prompting, and now you've got a VSL that you can use for yourself, for your agency. You can create as a lead gen magnet. You can repurpose and even resell to clients as a video. Or you can do it, which you saw, I think, in some of the accounts, we're actually creating training for clients using their own voice internally so that he doesn't have to come on and do all the recordings from there. The 4 tools that we use in the stack, none of them are expensive. Most of them have a free trial as the recording of this video, are ChatGPT. Yes, you can use Claude. Yes, you can use whatever you want. But if you want to use my custom writing engine, you can use ChatGPT. I will link you to that writing engine. Second step, we take everything we've generated in chat. We have a very specific format that we created it in so that I can put it into Gamma and create the slides the way I like them. Yes, you can use Claude and you can use export. I just don't like the visuals and the way Claude's export into Google Slides looks right now. Will it get better? Probably. Could you also use Canva? Yes, but the tools that I use are the ones that you showed here. We export the PDF. We take the voice of myself and get it from ElevenLabs, or you can go and skip that step if you don't want to use your own voice. You can skip the ElevenLabs steps and take the Gamma export, put it right into HeyGen, and then edit the script from there. Once you're done, as you've listened to each one of those slides and it sounds the way you want it, you click generate and you've got a video exactly as you would have wanted, with the exact inflections, with the exact scripting from there. I've been doing videos since 2007. I've been doing video sales letters since 2007, almost 20 years now. I've done it where you can do, and I'm pretty good at doing videos in one take. I've also seen it where a 5-minute video has taken a whole day to get done. And if you're new to videos, if you're new to recording, just getting in that flow and being natural with it can take a lot of time. Or you don't feel comfortable, or like you feel too fast or too pitchy or salesy or whatever it is, it doesn't feel natural to you. This removes you from the equation and gives you either an AI voice or an AI version of yourself that you can use, and you can use it rapidly. Because there's a point, and we're really close to it in my company, where I can just let my team take this training and start using my voice and my outputs and the examples of, here's the work level that I expect, and then let them create it for me. And now I don't have to do it ever again. Now my brain and my time are freed up to do higher level things in the business. From there, we all want to be able to work to get to that point where you're working on the business, not in the business, able to remove yourself up and out. And if you want to learn how to create faceless AI videos that sell using 4 simple tools, this was it. Go back, rewatch it, use the scripts, and use this for yourself. If you want to see where these videos are actually being used by us for real traffic, real ads, and converting into trials and demos and sales, just go to reviewly.ai and you'll see. And if you want access to everything that I gave you today to walk you through this exact process and all of these steps, all you need to do is go to agencystarterkit.com. About 10 minutes from now, this video will be posted in there with a summary, with all the content, and you can take this and make it your own. So with that being said, have a great rest of your week. Put this into play. Doodle around with it at night while you're on Netflix, or do like I did, just take it to the restaurant or sit at the countertop, or, while your kids at sports, right? There's plenty of times where your kids at practice and you don't really have much to do. You're scrolling your phone on Instagram or Facebook. Make use of that time by doing something productive for your agency, for your company. I know Kevin, who's probably still on here, he works a shift where he gets his stuff done and he's got a couple hours of dead time, but he's still there. He's been building his business on the quiet parts of his shift. And you can do that as well. Maybe on a break or at night, whenever you have those free moments, just make the positive steps. With that being said, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys all on the next one. Take care.